Hello, this is the last chapter for the Nursing Assistant 2 program. You will be going on to CNA 3, Chapter 30, Admissions, Transfers, and Discharges. I am happy that you are at this end, which means now you only have 1/3 left and you will be heading to take the state board. I appreciate you being in my class. I enjoyed you. And I hope you continue to excel and become a nurse, LPN, RN, whichever one you want to be. If you become an LPN, I do want you to go ahead and be an RN. Okay? Go for that too. So anyway, we do know about the objectives and key terms and abbreviations and knowing your skills. We need to know all of those. We need to comprehend the focused communications, the types of things, the signs and symptoms of certain things. Focus on rehab, all the boxes and tables and figures. You are going to pass this test with a 70 or greater. And I know you're going to have a good score because I know you can study and do it right. We're going to go ahead and pass the contents because you have that written down already. And we are going to talk about admissions, transfers, and discharges. Discharge to a home setting is usually a happy time. However, the person may need home care. In some centers, transfers also means moving the person to a new room. Admission is the official entry of a person into a nursing home. New residents and families may have concerns and fears. Transfer, moving the person to another healthcare facility or setting, such as another nursing unit or to another agency, causes similar concerns. Discharge. The official departure of a person from a nursing center is usually a happy time. Oprah has standards for transfers and discharges. The person's rights must be protected still. They still have to have privacy of everything that's going on, even with when you discharge and transfer and admitting. Admitting, transferring, and discharging. Admission, transfer, and discharges are critical events, so it's moving a person to a new room. Sometimes the new room is on another nursing unit. Admitting and transferring and discharging residents involve privacy and confidentiality, reporting and recording, understanding and communicating with the person and the family member, communicating with the health team, respecting the person and the person's property. It's so important. Being kind and courteous and respectful to all. Admission and transfer, they are very serious. An admission coordinator starts the process. The goal is to make it simple and easy. Often the process starts 2 to 3 days before the person enters the center. The room assignment is made before the person arrives. Identifying information obtained includes full name, age and birth date, doctor's name, Medicare number, and religion. Residents also receive their rights in writing. The nurse or admission coordinator obtains needed signatures. During admission, identifying information is obtained from the person or family. The room assignment is made. A nurse or social worker explains the resident's rights to the person and family. The person or legal representative signs admitting papers and a general consent for treatment. A person's photo is taken. The person receives an ID bracelet. Residents arrive by ambulance and wheelchair, van, or car. Here you show where the room is ready for a new resident. Ready, all the equipment is there for the bed scale, thermometer, blood pressure. The room is neat and clean. Admission is often a hard time for the person and family. They do not part until ready to do so. Remember, the center is now the person's home. Attendants take them to their rooms. The nurse may ask you to do so if a person has no discomfort or distress. Admission is a hard time for the person and family. Persons with dementia and their families may need extra help. Often confusion increases in a new setting. Fear, agitation, and wanting to leave are common. The family also is fearful and may feel guilty. You prepare the room before the person arrives. A nurse usually greets and escorts the person to the room. The physical and mental comfort are important, so is feeling safe and secure. Offer new residents a beverage, visit with them, tell them some of the good things about the center. Tell them about the activities they have. Introduce residents in a nearby room so they can provide comfort and support. They understand better than anyone else what a nursing center is like. The center is the person's home. Help the person unpack. Perhaps the person needs help putting clothes away. The person may want to hang pictures or display photos. Help the person feel safe, comfortable, and secure. Admission is a hard time for the person and family. Persons with dementia and their families may need extra help. Often confusion increases in a new setting. Fear, agitation, and wanting to leave are common feelings. The family also is fearful and may feel guilty. You prepare the room before the person arrives. A nurse usually greets and escorts the person to the room. Admissions continues, where admission is your first chance to make a good impression. Greet the person by name or title. Say, for instance, the person is a colonel. You call him Colonel Smith. How you doing? Introduce yourself by name and title. Hi, I'm Mary Ann, the CNA. Make roommate introductions. Act in a professional manner. Treat the person with dignity and respect. To help meet safety and security needs, do not rush into admission procedures. Treat the person and family as guests in your home. Introduce the roommate and residents in nearby rooms. Help make the room as home-like as possible. Show caring and compassion. Weight and height are measured to keep track of weight gain or loss. Follow manufacturer's instructions and standard procedures when measuring weight and height. Before breakfast is the best time to weigh an individual. During the admission procedure, you will collect some information for the admission form. Measure the person's weight and height. Measure the person's vital signs. Complete a clothing and personal belongings list. Orient the person to the room, the nursing unit, and the center. Weight and height are measured on admission to the center. Then the person is weighed daily, weekly, or monthly. Standing, chair, bed, and lift scales are used to weigh individuals. Transfers. The family and business office are told about a transfer. The nurse tells you when to start the transfer procedure. Reasons for transfer include the person's condition changes, the person requests a room change, roommates do not get along, the person's care needs change, the need for closer supervision. The doctor, nurse, or social worker explains the reason for the transfer. You assist with the transfer or perform the entire procedure. Support or reassure the person. Use good communication skills. To continue, the Omnibus Budget and Reconciliation Act of 1987, OBRA, and the Centers of Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, have standards for transfers and discharges. The person and family are told of the date and time of the transfer or discharge. They are given the name and location of the hospital or nursing center where the person will be going. Reasons for transfers, as OBRA and the CMS have standards for transfers and discharges. Protect the person's rights. Reasons for the move are part of the medical record. The person and family are informed in advance. A procedure is followed if the person objects. Also, an ombudsman protects the person's interests. The person and family are told of the date and time of the transfer or discharge, and they are given the name and location of the hospital or nursing center where the person will be going. ABRA and CMS reasons for transfer and discharges. The move is necessary to meet the person's welfare. It cannot be met in the center. The person's health has improved so that the center's services are no longer needed. The health and safety of all people in the nursing center are in danger. The person has failed to pay for his or her stay in the nursing center, and the nursing center closes. The transfer and discharges are usually planned. When transferred, the person goes to a hospital or another nursing center. Discharge is a happy time if the person is going home. The nurse tells you when to start the discharge procedure. The doctor must give the order before the person can leave. The nurse tells you when the person is ready to leave. Usually a wheelchair is used. If leaving by ambulance, a stretcher is used. Discharge is the official departure of the person from the center. The health team plans the discharge, teaches the person and family about diet, exercise, and drugs, teaches the person and family about procedures and treatments, arranges for home care, equipment, and therapies as needed, make a doctor's appointment. Discharges. The nurse or social worker handles the matter if the person wants to leave without the doctor's permission. Use good communication skills when assisting with the discharge. Wish the person and family well as they leave the center. A person may want to leave the center without the doctor's permission. Tell the nurse at once if the person expresses the wish or intent to leave. To help the person and family with the quality of life, the admission to a nursing center usually is a hard time for the person and family. Transfer and discharges also can cause fear and worry. Discharge often is a happy and pleasant event. However, it may cause worries and concerns if more care and treatment are needed. The first hours and days in the center are often very lonely. Introduce new residents to other residents. Encourage them to take part in activities. Repeat information as needed. The new resident is in a new place. There is much new information. It may take time to remember things. Knowing what is happening and why helps the person feel safer and more secure. To help the person and family be courteous, caring, efficient, and competent. Be sensitive to fears and concerns. Handle the person's property and valuables carefully and with respect. Protect them from loss or damage. Treat the person and family like you want your loved ones, yourself, to be treated. Visit new residents often. Explain all procedures and what the various sounds mean. Always protect the person's rights and promote quality of health. Stay at the new residence. The top, where the nursing assistant introduces herself to the person and family member. The bottom is this resident is going home with her husband for a visit. This is the end of chapter 30, admissions, transfers, and discharges. You will now finish this, catch up with your skills if needed, and take the last exam or test on chapter 30, and then you will be transferring to another class yourself. I wish you luck and I wish you the best.